Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. The holidays is finally over and we made it through this long layover. Also, as you can see, I have my bookcase up. In 2024, I read about 35 books, and this year I want to read 50. I love reading books just as much as I love the UFC. Well, let's get right into the video. We're going to be talking about the lovely Miss McKenzie Dern. I'm going to give my prediction for her main event this Saturday. And we're also going to talk about the upcoming strawweight championship against Wei Li and Tatiana Suarez. So, when it comes to popularity, McKenzie Dern is one of the most popular women in UFC right now. I would definitely say top 10, top 5. But unfortunately, I do not think it is because of her fighting skills. I'm not a hater. She's very beautiful, nice body, but that does not matter in the octagon. And I want to get into her as an actual fighter. So, the first thing I want to start off with is looking at her record. And what is the first thing you notice? Inconsistency. She has not been able to pull a win streak together, more than 2 wins since 2021. What's the next thing you notice? That she has lost to the division's best strikers, Jessica Andrade, Amanda Lemos, and Jan. The UFC has given her countless opportunities to fight up in the rankings, and she has failed every single time. They use Jessica Andrade as like a measuring stick for up and comers, I feel like nowadays, and she failed the test terribly. Jessica Andrade is very one dimensional. She should have been able to get that fight to the ground and submit her, or at least impose her will a little bit more. Guys, I mean, put it into perspective what I just said. She has not been on a win streak since 2021. She has lost to the division's best strikers. She is literally ranked sixth in the world. That doesn't make any sense. Her popularity and what she actually does in the octagon don't match. Her problem is her striking is piss poor, and she keeps getting into these wild exchanges, these wild brawls, and she's getting the worst of it. But I will give her this. She comes forward. She's not a quitter. She's going to stay in the pocket with you. That unfortunately does not win you fights. And everybody keeps saying that she is improving. And I haven't seen much improvement. Yes, she did just beat Loopy, but McKenzie has been in the UFC for over 5 years. I would have expected her to finish Loopy. That should have been an easy win for her, considering that Loopy is an up and comer. Granted, she is a boxer, but she has some work to do. Improvement for me is to see McKenzie work on her clinch work on her takedowns, work on getting the fight to where she is strongest, which would be on the ground. McKenzie's best performance was the performance against Angela Hill. And from that, we all thought that she was going to be a contender and that she had improved her striking. But here's the thing, that was against Angela Hill, who is older, who has never been a top girl. Let's be honest. I hate to say it, all respect to Angela Hill, but she has never been a top girl. This fight that she has coming up with Amanda Ribas will say a lot about McKenzie Dern if she really has improved, because Amanda has the cleaner striking and I think she has the better mixed martial arts skills. The problem with Amanda is that she fights at strawweight and flyweight, I think, just to stay busy. But I think if she just focused on fighting in strawweight, she could be a real contender there, because at flyweight, I think she's too small and I think it's too competitive. But yeah, I am going to go with Amanda to win this fight. I think if she uses her movement, picks her shots, stuffs the takedowns, it can look just like the first fight, because they both have the judo. So I don't see her getting submitted. But the thing about Amanda Ribas is sometimes she shows up and sometimes she doesn't. She has made little mistakes and been taken down and controlled or been knocked out. Okay, and enough about that. Let's move on. Let's talk Tatiana Suarez and why I think she's the female Hamza Chimaev. The answer is pretty simple. She is a monster on the ground. She's as good as they come, and she should have been champion by now, in my opinion. But her health and constantly pulling out of fights has gotten in her way, just like Hamza Chimaev. And does anybody else think it's weird how Tatiana was supposed to be fighting Janji Doba in December? She pulls out of that fight, and then now she's getting a title shot against Wei Li. I feel really bad for Janji Doba, because it's like she was supposed to be fighting the number one contender in December in hopes of getting a title shot. That girl pulls out, and now she's getting the title shot in February. I mean, I get it. Wei Li has not defended the title since UFC 300, which was back in April. There really was nobody else for her to fight. I know the UFC was hoping that Tabitha Ricci could get past Yan. No way in hell that was happening. So I don't know. I think they just wanted Wei Li to have a title defense. I know a lot of people are saying that Tatiana doesn't deserve it and they would have rather see her fight one more time. I think I'm in agreement with that, but it is what it is. Who do I think wins? This is a tough fight to predict because this is Tatiana's hardest matchup, in my opinion. But if you look at who Weili has been facing, she's been facing mostly strikers. She hasn't had to worry about anybody trying to take her down and submitting her. She's been the one pushing for the takedowns and pushing for the submissions. So I think it'll be a little bit of a challenge for her. It'll be something different for her to be facing somebody who is very grappling heavy. So yeah, it is extremely hard to make a pick here, but my early prediction is I am going to go with Tatiana to win here in an upset. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you today. I know I said I would try to get my videos to be at least 10 minutes, but it is so incredibly hard. I feel like I talk really fast. I don't know. I can't help it. I also wanted to say thank you so much for liking, subscribing to my content. On New Year's Day, I think I was at 200 subscribers, and now I'm almost at 240, like 5 days later, which is absolutely insane. My Marab video has 1,000 views on it, my first one ever. That's exciting, and it's all because of you guys. I appreciate it so much. I love the community that I have built on here. I love reading through my comments. Like, there's so many times where I'm having the worst day ever and I just get a positive comment and it makes me smile. It makes me so happy. So, you guys are the absolute best. Also, if you haven't asked me a question anonymously, I'm going to go ahead and link it in this video. Please go ahead and do that because I want to do a Q&A sometime in the future. But other than that, thank you so much for your support. Let's get through this week so we can get to a fight night on Saturday. Bye until next time.